and slid down so we can see a red suitcase right here for law enforcement. If they're watching and you guys would like to come back here. For being out here. So this is what we're doing today. We will see you guys back here real soon.
Everybody is doing well this evening. I hope you guys are doing okay. I just got out of the shower just a little bit ago. I did that little cooking. I gotta be honest with you, that was kind of fun. I didn't know what to do. It was crazy because, to be honest with you, I had started and then a friend called, like right when I just did the first little braid of the bacon. And so I was sitting on the phone and like in the middle of trying to do, you know, to start recording and everything. And then I had to take a detour for like 30 minutes, but that's okay. I thought it turned out really good. It was something different. I didn't know what I was doing. I seen somebody do something. I think they were making like a breadless sandwich or something, and they made like the bread out of bacon. So they did this like bacon weave, and so I wanted to try that on steak. It was good. It was good. It was really, really tasty. I have to be honest. I was pleasantly surprised. My palate was happy. So, so what did everybody do this Saturday? Like, I just, you know, kind of did stuff around the house today. I didn't really do a whole lot of anything. And, you know, watched. I got my dose of forensic files in. Did anybody else get their dose of forensic files in? I'm going back to the oldies, man. Remember, how many people are old? How many people in this chat are like old enough to know what the oldies are? Swinging to the oldies. Do you guys remember that? Do you guys remember the sock hops? It's hitting sharp. It shouldn't be. Let me go check my settings. I don't even have the equipment running. I don't have any of the equipment running. Oh, my mic volume is all the way up. Let's try to move it back down. There we go. I have it all the way up for some reason whenever my mic is that better? Your mic is hitting sharp. Probably because I talk loud. I'm deaf. It's so funny because people say stuff about, you know, the way I talk and stuff, but they don't understand. I can't hear. I have hearing problems. We're lucky I pronunciate as well as I do, you know. Just trying to say. Hopefully it's a little bit better. I don't know. I don't know how to work this thing. I don't even know how to work the equipment. Just don't mind me at all. Don't mind me at all. So somebody watched football. What teams were playing? I like literally have no idea. I haven't watched football ever. But I might be going to Vegas. I might be going to Vegas for the Super Bowl. I might. So we'll see. There's something in kind of the works right now. Bullhorn Betty might be at the Super Bowl. Just saying. That would be awesome, huh? That would be awesome, baby. So you should totally. Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. If I have an opportunity to go, I'm definitely going. I know I won't be actually in the arena, but hey, whatever, babe. I'm there. Can you imagine? Like, I mean, out of all of my 44 years on this earth, I've never come close to being at a Super Bowl. If I'm across the street at the Super Bowl, that's good enough. I'm not picky. I'm not picky at all, right? Right? So, anyways, I was reading. You know what's crazy is I did a couple stories today on TikTok. I went ahead and moved them over here, but I don't know. I don't know if it's just the majority of statistics that just bite me in the butt sometimes, or if it's, just a stereotyping, but I have to think the stereotyping comes from the statistics. But I was reading an article. I was on, every now and again I go on this one. It's got a lot of different news articles about crime and stuff like that, and some of the headlines. And one of them was this cold case that's been solved with these two women. Come to find out, the guy's over the state, over the country truck driver. And so law enforcement is believing that there's more victims than these two. He just believes it. It's kind of like a Rex Heuermann type of deal. He preyed on, women, escort type women. And these were all in the same community where he kind of lived or whatever, but they still, law enforcement as well as the families believe that there's more victims. And I guess what shocked me is that, when we've talked about several serial killers lately. Pee Wee Gaskins is one that I did years ago that I started producing. I only got one of those videos out of many. Went to all the little places that they found. We did Todd Kohlhepp. We're dealing right now with like Brian Koberger, which many of us, I don't want to gauge my audience too much, but, many of us in here believe that Brian Koberger, this was like the start of his serial killing type of, career, right? I think many of us feel like this was what he wanted to do. I almost feel, and I said this from almost the beginning of finding out who Brian Koberger was and learning more about him. After I learned more about him, I believed he always went to Washington State University to carry out this crime. I believe that the victim was unknown when he went out there and he selected who he was going to target once he got there. I believed that as soon as I heard him and heard from him. And the reason why I believe that, for those that are new here, many people that have been here for a while, you already know why. Because he went into a PhD program, a criminology program. And there were comparable programs closer to home. So comparable programs, if not even better than what Wazoo could have offered, that were closer to his home. Now, could finances be the reason why he chose to go all the way to Washington State University? Perhaps. But once you start adding in the housing costs, the traveling costs, all this, the expense of moving your life all the way across the country, it does add up, and you have to take those costs into consideration. But I believe that he would have went to a school that had a better program. It would have been closer to his home. So why would he go clear across the country? So we also heard that there was the possibility of him purchasing this knife and knife sheath in Pennsylvania and carrying it with him to Washington State University. If that rumor is true, which it hasn't come out in law enforcement or anything that I'm aware of. It's just rumored at this point. And as a matter of fact, I don't know if anybody has even corroborated that. I think it came out on a news organization back when the gag order was in place. There's no possibility of people having a clue whether that's true or not. So I'm still going to classify that as rumor as opposed to being a corroborated fact. But if he did purchase it in Pennsylvania and carry it across, that would go in line with that theory, which I've had that theory for quite some time. Because I remember when I heard them say that he purchased this knife sheath from Amazon back when he was in Pennsylvania. I remember thinking, I really hope that's true, because that would bode right well in with my theory of him deciding to go to Washington State University to carry out this act. But I guess, and then we have, Rex Heuermann, which, he was under the radar. He went under the radar for decades. And it's scary because everywhere he goes, it seems like there's a dead woman. Now that we know who he is, when you kind of track him, people are turning up in South Carolina. People have turned up in Las Vegas. People have turned up in Atlantic City. People have turned up in New York. And you just keep wondering which one of those might be his victim. But again, the one thing all these people have in common is they're white. They're white as a ghost. I can't remember. I think the stereotyping of this, I didn't even realize there was such a thing, and it sounds so naive and ignorant that it's like I don't know how to explain it. Like, I was almost taken back today. Like, I don't know. I guess I had like one of these reality checks, almost, so to speak, because I'm sitting here thinking we always, live in the majority of the statistics, and there's still the other part of the statistics. Like, there's still lower parts of the statistics that this could possibly be. And we are so in the majority of the statistics, I feel like it's a disservice because we don't even really look at the other options. You know what I'm saying? So when I saw this guy, his name is Gary Dion Davis, and they're saying that they believe this man is a serial killer. All these 1990 crimes are starting to, if you've noticed, it seems like they're starting to have some DNA hits on them. They're reprocessing these old cold crimes, these cold cases. So I don't know. I guess I was just kind of taken back because I just naturally assume when we talk about serial killers, we're talking about, somebody between 30 and 40 that, and they even say, most of the serial killers, they have their first killing at 28 and a half. But these are the statistics. These are the majority. These are the law of large numbers. But there's still, like, if it's 87%, there's still a whole nother 3% of someone else, some type of other person. And I guess I never even think about it. And I think one of the most shocking, it wasn't even that. It was like the 2.5% of Hispanic descent. And it just seems funny because you would think that, like, duh, Betty. And it's just like one of those things that every time we talk about a serial killer, it's just a white guy. I don't know what. I think white men are just, insane. I don't know what to tell you, right? So I don't really look at anything else, right? So I actually did some research, and I'm like, why is this so shocking to me? Why is it so shocking to me? So I do the research and find out, like, there's 15%. But I think, I don't even know if that really shocked me too much after, the light went off above the head of, like, duh, Betty. But it was that 10% of people that act in concert with one another or in a group. And it just sickens me. Like, I don't know. I guess those are the thrill kills or the, I don't know. But we're talking about serial killers. And I can't remember a case where I covered a serial killer that went in the group. I mean, I know there was this boyfriend girlfriend group. I think it was here in Florida. Maybe it was in Atlantic City. I can't remember. That befriended people and then killed them and robbed them or something like that. I remember that from back in the days. But I don't even, I mean, we don't even think about that. At least, very rarely do I think about that when I hear these serial killers or we're talking about serial killers. I vaguely ever think about it being like a dual person, like even a group effort. Like, we don't even, I can't remember the last time I ever even considered it being a group of people, right? Like even with Brian Koberger. Think about it. Many people were saying there's 2 people. I'm like, that can't be right. What if? What if? What if? Excuse me. I'm up late today because I'm wide awake, okay? I don't know why I'm wide awake, but I am wide awake, and I figured if I'm going to be wide awake, I'm sure there's somebody else out there wide awake. Might as well hang out and drink coffee. And drink coffee at 10:30 at night. Well, why not? Why not? I told you I'm addicted to this stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and open up the phone lines. We don't have too many people in the chat, so this would be a good night just to say hi to everybody. See how everybody's doing. Let's see what we got going on here. I didn't even put this up yet. Hold on, I didn't even share my screen. Actually, I've had no technical issues so far. I haven't had any technical issues so far, but we'll see. We'll see if that continues. We'll see. We'll see. Do I have it on yet? Alright, if you guys want to call in, you guys may. I'm just going to continue talking. If the phone rings, the phone rings. If it doesn't, it doesn't. So, what else was I going to get at? There's just a lot of stuff going on. And we just come off the heels of the whole search for Cavalcanti. How can I forget his name? Maybe I am more tired than I thought I am. Danilo. There we go. Danilo Cavalcanti. We come off the heels of Danilo Cavalcanti, and then it's like this magnifying glass is placed directly on these escaped inmates. And then I hear, did anybody hear this? And tell me if I'm right about it. I could be completely wrong. I'm positive that there was 9, I believe it was juveniles that escaped. Is that right? Was it 9 juveniles that escaped? And wasn't it like, if it wasn't in Chester County, it was like really near where Danilo Cavalcanti like escaped? And then we had other people around the country. Like I looked on here, and there were several people that were released or that escaped from prison. And then I found somebody that was just recently arrested, and I can't remember what jail they were at. Recently arrested for murder, and accidentally released from jail. They literally accidentally released a murderer on the streets here. Like, how do they make mistakes like that? How is this all happening? I'm not going to get into a political talk. I tell you, I could literally go for hours. The criminal justice system is a passion item of mine. It just needs to be fixed. You know, it just fix it. Just like with our children, right? In the alphabet soup of child welfare. It's like, you know, I don't care what you do. Anything's better than what you're doing now. Just fix it. Just fix it. You know, we need to take the Nike slogan and just twist it around instead of just do it. We just need to tell the government, just fix it, right? We need to go on a just fix it campaign because we're getting tired of it. We're getting tired of it. Hey Betty, I watched your cooking video. That steak sure looked good. Oh my gosh, it was really, really good. And you know what? I'm glad I used that blackberry jam to balance the flavor, because I honestly believe that I used thick cut bacon. I didn't use the thin stuff. I used, really good bacon on that. But I really think that blackberry jam balanced out that the salt, the salt from the bacon. It balanced the flavor. It was just good. It was just delicious. And to have that little bit of sage put right on the top of the bacon before I put it in the oven, holy smokes, that sage, when it was just it's like when you ate it, you just had that, I don't know, the aftertaste, that light aftertaste. It was just delicious. It was really good. It was really good. One thing I wish I would have made, though, I decided to go with corn and baked beans. I think I would have much rather had corn and corn and mac and cheese, or corn and mashed potatoes and gravy. I think that would have been better than the baked beans with that particular dish. Just me personally. But I was lazy. I was lazy. If you guys couldn't tell, everything came out of a can except my food, except my meat. Like, I was slumming it today, right? I was slumming in the kitchen. But I'm not lying about those biscuits, y'all. Y'all need to learn. Biscuits are some of the easiest things that you can make at home. Learn to make a freaking biscuit. That canned biscuit crap. Ugh. I don't. It's like it. That stuff is so filled with so much gunk and yunk and ugh. Look on the can of your biscuits. There's nothing biscuit about it. I'm sorry. I use canned biscuits often. I just don't like doing it. I like fresh biscuits, and I don't know. There's something about fresh that just, this day and age, with everybody with getting cancers and having weird crap going on with them, it's like something's causing all that, y'all. I don't care what you say. Something is causing all of it. And anything I can do, like I went as far as, those air fresheners, the ones that, the automatic air fresheners we like in our house. I took them all out. I took them all out of the house. No. And I don't know, it was just something one day, I was coughing really bad, and there was something, I just think that was something that made me think, I always believe things happen for a reason. I don't think it was the reason I was coughing. Actually, as a matter of fact, I think the reason why I was coughing is because milk. I think I was drinking too much milk at the time. But there was something that, I can't remember what a friend said. It was something going on in that part of, and I started thinking of, it could have been cancer. It could have been my friend that died of cancer, but I can't remember. And I remember that, and I'm thinking they were talking about all of her cancer and how aggressive it is and stuff like that. I think it had to have been her. And she's never smoked. She was a model. Like, she was one of those models back in the 50s, and she was an older lady, as you can tell. I because being in the political world, you kind of hang out with older people. Okay, just it is what it is. It just is what it is. Because they're the ones that pretty much, most people are, they have families to raise and stuff like that. So the ones that are there are a few like me that are just young and stuff like that, comparative. But most of this politics in most counties are ran by older people because they have the time to run these organizations. But I was thinking of all the chemicals. She never did anything, but the one thing that she always has, going is all these, scented stuff. And I just wondered, we never think about, we're always wanting freshness in the house and all this stuff, but what are we doing to our bodies? Because I remember I walked in the house, and right when I walked in that house, that thing went right in my face. And I know every person here that has one of those automatic sprayers has either filled it up, something's happened where you moved it and you got spritzed right in your face. What is that chemical? That's what I want to know. What are we putting in our homes and breathing in? Yeah, it smells good, but what is it doing to our lungs? You walk in and everybody's house is fumigated. It smells great. But what's the air quality like in there, you know? So anyways, I don't do the air fresheners. I finally got my first little like plug-in wall air freshener. And it's because I love Gain. I couldn't help myself. I broke down and bought one. So if I start coughing or breathing in or get cancer, well, we know the air freshener did it. We don't know much, but we know it's the air freshener, okay? Sue Glade. No, I think it's Febreze. Sue Febreze, right? Sue Febreze. Sue Febreze. It says, good morning, bitches. It's my morning. It's my morning. Small town girl, nice to see ya. I only use natural soy candles with organic essential oil now. Synthetics fragrance is toxic. Yeah. But I don't, it's just kind of weird. It's kind of like with the whole black serial killer thing. Like, you just don't think about it. Like, it's just not something you think about. Like, what are you thinking about? You're thinking about keeping your house fresh, right? That's all you want. You just want a clean smelling house, right? We have children and pets and, you know, stuff like that. We want fresh. That's what we're striving for. And those little boogers give us, you know, freshness, right? So I really don't know. But getting back to the whole escapees, then we had all these other people kind of come to the forefront of these escaped inmates, and there were like several of them back to back after Cavalcanti. And I'm looking into the numbers. It's like, you know, it is absolutely sickening how many people are not, you know, are escaping our prison systems and how they're escaping. Some people are walking out the front door, folks. It's not like they're breaking out. They're not doing crab walks up walls like Danilo did. Some of them are just walking out the front door. Like this murderer. They processed him out. How do you make a clerical error like that where you set a murderer free on the streets? I mean, I just don't understand how a clerical error like that happens. Call me crazy. Call me crazy. Call me crazy. If you guys didn't have an opportunity to see this, I'm going to play it for you. I see that everybody in here probably has watched my cooking show. I'm sorry. It was fun. It was fun. It was fun. I didn't know what I was doing, as you guys could tell. You know, I couldn't. It's kind of hard over there where the oven is because, you know, it's like this way probably had more room, but it would have made me walk around. I don't have like 5 different cameras that I can focus on like they do it on those, you know, the cooking YouTube channels. I don't have it like that, folks. I don't have it like that. So you guys got my back, okay? You guys got my back. But it was very, very good. It was very good. And the only reason why I did that is because I was about to cook something. My neighbor cooked food like literally all week. It's my turn, okay? I need to get off my ass and cook a damn meal, okay? So I wanted to make sure. I told my neighbor, you know, he brought me over dinner yesterday, and I told my neighbor, I said, well, I'll make some steaks tomorrow. I said beef tips. I was going to make some beef tips and gravy, but I wanted to try something different. Because it seems like every time I get some, you know, steaks, I do something with a little gravy. You know, it's the southern in me. It's the southern in me. So I wanted to try something new. And I had this big, beautiful, fresh package of bacon. And I'm like, what can I do over here? You know, it's one of those things where you're sitting in bed and you're like, what am I going to do with this? And then you start going through all the things that you can do and da-da-da-da. And the weave came in. The bacon weave. I don't know why. It just came into the play. I'm like, I want to do this. Let me go try it. One thing leads to another. Bada bing, bada boom. We got a bacon weaved wrapped steak, baked beans, and some fake biscuits and corn. Bon appetit. But I just figured, because everybody kept saying, especially after I made the chicken tenderloins and I fried those up. Those are those chicken strips that I made. Oh my God, those things were so freaking good. Yum, 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 yum. I want to make those things again. Those things were too damn good. And I had just a little bit of cayenne. Like, they just had a little bit of bite to them when you bit into them too. Not a lot of heat, but just enough to tingle the back of your tongue, It was so good. Oh my gosh. So everybody saw them and they're like, oh, you should do a video. You should do a video. And I'm like, I was messing around today and it's like, do I want to go live? I got to cook. I can't go live and cook. And I'm like, hey, why don't I do a video of my cooking? Everybody's been asking. So there you have it, guys. I actually cook around the house. Wouldn't you know? A lot of things you don't know about Betty. I'm actually kind of funny. What else? I can't even remember. I'm starting to get a little tired. This is helpful. Loving reminder. Make sure you hit the button. And thank you. And hey, Tiwi, what do we got? Can't get good workers to work in the prisons. Hello, all. Come on. Let's think about it. I mean, when you're not going to get good people working, jobs where they're being verbally abused by, ungrateful prisoners that really have nothing to lose unless they're getting paid. I mean, these jobs, these are privatized prisons. How can you not figure out a better pay scale for your employees? I'm sorry, but if that's one thing I've always learned, taking business classes and everything else. I've ran several of my own businesses, and I've got to tell you, you got to pay your employees good money. If you're going to get decent employees, ones that give a damn about their job, they need to be paid accordingly. And I just find, back in the day, corporations to me seemed a lot more honest. They were more dedicated. Like, it was a give and take relationship. They were as dedicated to their employees as their employees were dedicated to them. GM is a good example. Tropicana is a good example. These were places that valued employment, that valued tenureship, that encouraged employees to be around for 20 and 30 years. Now it's becoming too costly for people to stay with companies 20 and 30 years for that company if they're a decent company. It's a different time. I feel like they don't look at their employees as family like they once did. They look at them as pawns, as what can you do for me and how much can you make me. It's no longer a give and take. Employees, instead of them getting bonuses to help their families around Christmas time, they're getting stuck with a cheap ass turkey for their hard work, while the big guys upstairs are being able to take their family on that all expense paid cruise on Christmas to wherever you want to go, right? So it's just, to me, it's unfair. To the little guys. I just don't feel like the little guys are appreciated as well as much as they once were in corporate America. I just truly there's some businesses that totally are the opposite of the ones I'm describing. Sure, I hope there are. But at the end of the day, companies that used to be the cornerstone, I guess, of what good corporate business was about, those corporations are no longer. Like I said, Tropicana is still a good corporation. It's here. It's in my own backyard. It's a Bradenton. It's a Manatee County corporation that was built, believe it or not, primarily on giving back to others. A lot of the people that worked at Tropicana years ago came directly out of our jails. It was their opportunity for a second chance. That's what our Tropicana was known for. Now, since then, they've grown to be what they are today, and they have been taken over and sold to PepsiCo Corporation. And since then, it's a lot different. It's a lot different. Their business practices are different. They don't do things, in my opinion, the same way. They don't give back to the community in the same way like they once did. But I just think corporate America has really shit on their employees. I mean, unless you're in the president, unless you're in a named chair, a named position, you're shit on. And I don't know. I just think there's so much more out there. I don't know. Call me crazy. Go into the corporate works. George Jenkins is rolling in his grave, watching Publix slowly. Publix to me is entirely overpriced. I'm sorry, they're entirely overpriced. Once upon a time, their prices justified it. You go in there, you had samples of foods to eat. You had, they prepared everything in their deli from scratch. They had employees everywhere. It's not that the employees aren't nice, but you used to have a bag boy that took your I mean, they were insistent on taking your groceries out to the car. They were insistent on being kind. Now it's not like that. They want to charge the prices without giving what we were accustomed to. We were accustomed to being greeted when we walked in the door with samplings of whatever. I mean, that was really, I remember one of the main staples of us going to Publix was the scale. Us always wanting to get on that big scale, that big old timey fashion scale. And the free samplings you got around the store as you walked in, whether it was a new cut of cheese, whether it was a new spread for a little cracker, you always had something to nibble on throughout that store as you shop. That's non-existent. Let's not forget that we're now working for the frickin' stores, right? We don't even get the customer service of somebody checking us out anymore. We're required now to pay the same cost, an inflated cost for what we're purchasing. Plus now we don't even get the greet of, thank you for shopping with us. No, it's more like, check your shit out and get the hell out of our store. Like, that's how I feel now. It's like, why would I want to go to, Walmart ship it to me? If I've got to check my own stuff out, walk through your store, buy my own crap, and then check it out, just ship it to me. Why do I need to go to your store? You don't greet me. You think I'm stealing every time I walk out there. Let me get that receipt. Fine. Maybe if you didn't have everybody checking themselves out, you might be able to keep that theft cost down. Just saying. Might work. Don't know. Sometimes the old way, the old-fashioned way, why did we fix it? It wasn't broken. Now we got a broken system. People are literally, there's nobody even at the registers. You got one person looking at 10 registers. You know shit's walking out the door. And guess who's paying for it? The people that actually pay for their crap. That's who's paying for it. That's all of us. That's corporations. Trust me. The big man upstairs, he ain't paying for it. He ain't paying for it. I don't know. I'm sorry. Bring those phone operators back to America, right? Bring the phone operator. It all started with the phone operators being shipped overseas. It all started, they weren't physically shipped overseas. You know what I'm saying. But it all started with the phone system. Bring the phone system back. That's all I'm saying. Bring the phone system back, right? Once we get the phone system back on American soil, okay, we know everything else will get better. Because that was the start. I'm telling you, it was the start. It was the start of all this nonsense. All right, I'm done. I'm starting to act goofy. It was fun hanging out. I didn't get to see you guys today, so I just wanted to come on here and kind of hang out, just shoot the breeze. I really haven't, I've got a lot of stuff I want to go over, but I guess we're just going to have to do it. Like, just do it. So tomorrow, plan is church. If you guys want to come hang out with us at church, come hang out with us at church. I need to be filled up personally. Last Sunday, you guys know I was out searching for Layla Santinello, so I missed my cup getting filled, and I heard that the messaging of last Sunday's service was amazing, and I never even had an opportunity to watch it. So I actually might go back and watch it tonight before I go to bed, just to get updated on it, because tomorrow, I'm pretty sure with it being 11 o'clock, I don't see myself springing out of bed at 5 o'clock in the morning, but who knows? Who knows? This whole body of mine is it's making decisions for me. Like, I'm not in control anymore, right? When it doesn't want to sleep, we don't sleep. When this body tells me I gotta pee, you better get up and make it to the bathroom. And I tell you what, when it's time to get up, whether it's 1 o'clock in the morning or 5 o'clock in the afternoon, you're getting up, okay? When you get to a certain age, I find out that you think you have control over yourself, you think you have control over your body, but you realize very, very quickly, okay? I don't know if it's just a 40 thing or if it comes after 40, but I find out I have no control. My brain tells me when I sleep, when I get up, I don't like this brain. It's all confused. I need to be in bed. What happened? I don't know. All right. What does it say? Andrew, I'm here. I caught your live. Yes, Denise. It's nice to have you. You guys know I'm not up this late. I was just up. I had just gotten a shower. I'm wide awake, to be honest with you. I'm wide awake. And so I just figured if I'm going to be up, I was going to come in here and just start doing research. I didn't feel like doing any research. Really, I don't feel like working. So I did work today. I did 2 videos, plus I did the cooking video. It all takes, that consumed most of my day today. And I don't know. I just didn't feel like doing any more work. So I just decided to come here and hang out. That's all. I love that song. You guys should go to I love that. I swear, you know what we're going to do? I think it's probably going to be this next week. I'm going to have a non-monetized night where we just listen to music and we just jam out. Because I want to play this God We Need You Now. I love that song. Watch. I'm going to karaoke that one day. Watch. I'm going to pitch it and I'm going to get it. Watch me work. I love that, and I love like Blue from why can't I think of her name? Good Lord, I'm looking at her in the young girl, Leanne Rimes. Lord have mercy, Leanne Rimes. I like that. I can't remember what else. You know what? If I could do it, 4 Non-Blondes. I love 4 Non-Blondes. Oh my God, I love Pink. Pink was a major 4 Non-Blondes fanatic too. Like, Pink is my girl. I think if me and Pink got together, I think it would just. I like Pink. I like her personality. I like her story too. I like her humble beginnings. It just resonates with me so much. Countryside Christian Church is online on their YouTube channel tomorrow morning. Come join us. Absolutely. Yes. I'm working for a government agency and security is on everyone's bum constantly. Well, at least security is. At least that makes me feel some type of comfort, but it's, I don't know. I don't know. Anyways, guys, It's been almost an hour since I've been on here. I'm going to go on ahead and sign off. I'm going to try to figure out what the heck we're going to be talking about tomorrow. If we're going to be talking about a case at all, because if I'm not going to get the research or be able to get the research done, I can't really talk about it, but we can do, if I can't get it all done tonight. Oh, I'm so tired. Oh, excuse me. If I can't get it done tonight, then tomorrow, if I really don't have, we'll just do the research together. We'll just pull up the screen and just start doing some research together. I got to get caught up on this stuff, because I just came back from Tennessee. I've kind of lost track of the Brian Kohberger stuff. I know, I guess, I know that they had like this under seal. I don't understand why we can't have hearings in public now. In this case, in the Brian Kohberger case, like, it just seems so secret. This is just getting weird for me. I don't know how other people are feeling about the Brian Kohberger case. It's just getting weird for me, and it's going to get weirder if they start pulling cameras out of the courtroom. Like, it's just starting to rub me the wrong way, because I'm starting to feel if they're not trying, there's nothing wrong in the case, they're sure putting on this appearance that there is. That's all I'm saying. At least that's the way it's starting to feel to me. Like, I think the cameras need to be there. This is a huge case. The public has a right to know what's going on. I'm sorry. This is a great public interest. So I'm hearing there's going to be a hearing. If it hasn't already happened, it will happen. I'm so disconnected from the case right now, it's not even funny. But I'm curious what happened in that hearing. I'm curious, we now know that this case is going to be pushed to 2024 or 2025 before it's even brought to trial. So we've got, now it's going to be like a whole hurry up and wait game. We're going to be probably so far disconnected from this case by the time it goes to trial. It's going to be rough. So I'm going to try to keep everybody up to date, on it as best we can. But cases are coming in, every single day, just about. We're going to be planning another trip to go back to Kingsport, Tennessee. We have other areas that we want to check. We couldn't really check in this particular trip because of, we just couldn't do it. It wasn't a good opportunity for some of the areas that we wanted to go into. We could not get into them just quite yet. So we're going to be going back in a few weeks if people would like to help. This is a massive area. We just need people with eyeballs on the ground. If you see something, you can ask the ladies that came out last time. It's a nice stroll. It's not like we're too strenuous. You don't have to climb up the mountains or anything like that. If you see something, we'll get to it. We'll, Olivia or myself, we will get to it. We will check it out. But it's something that anybody, any ages, anybody can do. We just need bodies. We need eyeballs on the ground. We just need to be looking any place and every place. If people are from the immediate area, that's almost best, because we're constantly strategizing and coming up with new areas that we may want to search. And the people that are in that area may have some other areas they may be thinking about that might be beneficial to the search. So we're always welcoming of anybody that would love to come out there. And again, I'm going to open it back up to any of the haters, the people that don't really like me, but still want to do good and still want to, participate in helping a family. Please consider coming out. The only requirement is that you leave any kind of bias toward me, pettiness, and stuff just at the door. It's not about me. It's not about you. It's about helping a family. And if you guys can do that, you're more than welcome to come out and join us. It is, I got to be honest with you, it makes you feel good to do good. It really does. I have never gone out and done, of course, naturally, you wish that you're going to find the person, like even with Paola Miranda Rosa, we went out there so many times, hours. We had so many blisters on our feet. It was just, we were just hoping to find one thing, just one little thing, just something that kept, and we just couldn't find it. So, there are, it is disappointing at times, But so far, it hasn't been disappointing for us, because so far, every time we've gone out, we have been able to pull and find a nugget of information that has been beneficial. And I wouldn't give that up for anything in the world. This last time we went out, I can't explain it. But it was after Jen had already, we had already searched for a little while. We turned the group around and went back and met Jen. We had one lady that, kind of went off, and then we had the other people that were there plus Jen. We went out, but the other two ladies that met us out there, the other two volunteers, we got to like this thick brush, and they couldn't make it through, so they went back and sat in their cars, and the rest of us went through. And the rest of us was Jen, Sonia, Mom, Olivia, me, I think that was it, and me. I think there was 6 of us, something like that. And so we made it into this, we walked through the woods toward a community, because it was a place that we heard that Layla might have been seen or frequented or something to that effect. And we just wanted to see, was it possible to get there from the Greenbelt? And we did learn that it was. It's quite a hike. I got to be honest with you, quite the hike it is. But it was doable. So we ended up getting on the backside of this community. So we didn't know where we were going. We didn't know if we were going to make it to this community. We did not know if it was going to be possible. But we made it. And so we didn't know where we were going to be. We didn't know where this was going to lead. We didn't know where we were going to pop out of this woods. We didn't know. We were hoping we were going to get to a specific area. We did get to the specific area. I'm not sure if we were in the specific place we needed to be, but we made it to where we were trying to get to. And as we were walking down the road, because we weren't going to go back through the woods to get back to where we started, so we knew where we were. We were basically making one big circle. Now we're on the other side of the road. We're just a lot further. It took us a while to get back. But while we were on there, naturally, if you've never searched with me, one of the things that I always do when I'm out searching is I always have a flyer with me. That's why you always see so many flyers that, we do flyers. Well, one of the things that I do is I always have a flyer with me. And while I'm out there, anybody that I come across, I ask, do you know this person? Have you seen them? If there's a reward, I let them know about the reward. And just, try to open up a line of dialogue and communication with them, especially if they say, yeah, I've heard about it. You want to find out, where did you hear it? Who did you hear this from? What do they know? So, but we always have that. And so that's really kind of an icebreaker or a door opener to talk to people when going into these communities. And so we just happen to be walking down the road, and I see this person. And I'm just like, have you seen this person? And this person's like, oh my gosh, that's Layla. And this whole conversation ensues. Jen is right there. Now, a lot, we have no idea what they're talking about, because we don't know this person. We don't know this person. We don't know who they're talking, but it didn't matter. It didn't matter. Jen understood it. Jen was able to get that piece of nugget. Jen was able to understand clearer what may have happened in and around the time that her daughter disappeared. That was for her. But I got to tell you that's the power, in my opinion, of God there in that moment. We didn't know we were going to be there. This person doesn't even live in that town. And just happens to be walking down that street at that moment when we come out of these woods, and we happen to see this person and show them a flyer, and it opens up the doorway of this person talking to Jen and providing her information she didn't have. That to me is a success. And, I'm, but, we're there to try to bring her home, obviously. So, we do have the disappointment of not being able to find her, or the striking out. But we have all the positives of knowing that we've just cleared this area. You know, law enforcement, we can give that report to law enforcement. They know that we were there. You know, you get the sense of purpose being out there. You get the sense of doing good when you're out there. So I always, you know, tell people, if you've never been out there, if you never searched for somebody, if you've never, you know, went out there and asked somebody, have you seen this person, you know, or anything like that, I always recommend people do that. Even in your own community, whenever you hear somebody missing, get up, strap up, and go out. Help. These people don't find themselves, when we're missing, we need the village coming out and looking for us. So that's what we try to do. Anyways, I hope you guys have a wonderful night. It was great seeing you guys, at least for an hour. And sometime tomorrow we will go live. I will have something going on here. I'm not quite sure what. You know, it's kind of weird because I feel like the Gilgo Beach murders, you know, the Lisk, the Long Island serial killer, I kind of feel like there's so much more to that story. And I almost want to go out there. I really do. I almost want to go to New York. I want to go to Gilgo Beach. I want to look into the case. We know that there most likely are other victims out there. There are most likely other victims buried on Gilgo Beach. Yes, I truly believe that. I truly believe they have not found all of his victims. And I believe that there were more than 4 dumped out there that belonged to Rex. I don't know about the ones that were all chopped up and stuff, you know, and scattered from island to island. I feel like there was a second serial killer going on that was dumping in the same area. That's just because one was really, like, they were both depraved, you know, disgusting, whatever. But one is a little more, it seems like one of them is a little more violent, if that makes any sense whatsoever. I mean, they're both killers. They both prey on women, so they're already violent. But it just seems like one's more vicious. Like, it's the one that does the whole chopping up of and scat. Yeah. You know, and you got Rex that likes to stage. You see what I'm saying? That thinks it's like beautiful, you know? So you got one that thinks it's like beautiful, let's stage this person, you know? And then you got one that says, let's hack them up. You know, it's just, I don't know. I feel like there's 2 of them there. And I kind of felt like maybe the more violent one was his brother Craig for some reason. Like, I just feel, I don't know. I just feel like there's like another mind blower, like, you know, mind blown moment for this case. And I just feel like, you know, I don't know if we've ever heard of a family that's had 2 serial killers in it, like that are brothers. But how interesting would that be? Not that it's good, you know, I'm not praying for something like that. I just want to make sure that people understand it's not that. I'm just, the whole idea that it's possible just kind of really blows my mind. Like, my mind's being blown over these serial killers, you know? I mean, here lately, it's like, I don't know. It's just my mind has been blown a lot. I'm very intrigued by the mind of a serial killer. I can see how it's captivating a little bit, you know? We'll just have to keep following, I guess. Oh my gosh, I just got here and watched your bacon wrap chops and yummy. I'm going to do it now. Thank you. Oh, you're welcome. What is the topic? Oh, nothing. It's not really, it's just jibber jabber. That's all we're doing on here is jibber jabber. I haven't been on today. And I took my hair is dry now. Well, it's still a little wet in the back. But my hair is dry now. But when I started, I had just gotten out of the shower. So it takes about an hour for my hair to dry. It's dry now, which kind of sucks. I like to blow dry it because it gets it nice and silky because my hair is so... I like my hair, the actual hair itself. Like, I got a lot of hair. I've got but the strands, I got a lot of thin hair. My hair, the actual hair itself is very, very, very thin. But I've got a lot of it. Like it's just a lot. It looks thick, but it's just a lot. Oh, I forgot I even had the phone still on. It's Mama Bullhorn! Mama Bullhorn wants to hang out. I forgot I even had the phones on.
Hi, baby.
Hey.
I thought I'd just give you a call, give the haters something to talk about. I know that your cooking got a lot of negative comments.
People, you know what? I just can't. You know what? If they want to spend their time hating every single day, you know what? God bless them. I can't do it. It's too exhausting for me. I can't be that. I got so much shit going on in my world. Like I don't have time for the drama anymore. I don't have time for it. These people are so fucking childish.
Well, yesterday was a day for robocalls that just kept saying, hello, 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 hello. So it just...
Yeah, I always have my phone set on like a focus setting, like a do not disturb setting, but I don't go, like, maybe my phone might still, when I'm recording, I do full-fledged do not disturb, nothing,
right.
like nothing, nothing dings on my phone. But I also have other ones that are like contacts, so only contacts will ring. If you're not on my contact list, you can call me 50,000 times. The phone's not going to ring. I'm not even going to notice.
Well, you can pretty much tell if it's Miami, North Florida,
or overseas, faking to be a Florida number.
Venice, Northport. It's all prisons.
Lordy.
Oh, and Bradenton, of course. The firefighters. Oh my gosh. But I don't answer them anymore. It's just, thank God the law is coming in against it all. So, I saw somebody spoke out against DeSantis last night, and I'm going, well,
DeSantis did it to himself. I mean, he shouldn't. My thing is, he shouldn't have ran for governor. You know, he should have given the Florida people their right to select a governor that they chose, and he took that away from them by running and then trying to become president. I'm sorry. I don't even want to discuss it. But he's upset me. He's upset me so.
No. But anyhow, so I just wanted to say hi. Loved the steak.
I've never done a bacon weave wrap before. I thought I'd try it, see how it worked. It was very good. It was very good. The bacon wasn't overpowering for it to be, but I think it would have been. I think the bacon would have been overpowering if it wasn't for the blackberry jam. Yeah.
I don't think I would wrap. Well, it was very lean meat. That's true. The chefs do wrap very lean, like onion broil. They wrap them to keep the moisture in, like pork tenderloin. It's like pork on pork. But I'll tell you, somebody might not. This might be cringeworthy, but if you pull the skins off your chicken breasts or chicken thighs, save them and freeze them, because when you cook a pork tenderloin, like a whole pork tenderloin, if you season it and then wrap it with the chicken skin, it won't dry out.
Nice.
I learned that from Julia Child. I'm a disciple of Julia.
Oh.
But
what is it? No, when I do my tenderloin, see, it's what I do. I don't do all that. I seal it. I put it in a dish and I seal it with tin foil and let Let it keep its, you know,
Well,
and then I just take it off the last 15 or 20 minutes and let it brown on the top.
well, you want Mama to tell you a secret?
Nope.
Sear it.
Nope. I sear my meat.
Sear it on all
I don't
sides.
do that with my
And-
pork tenderloin. Not really.
Yeah.
But
it
with
works.
my bigger cuts of meat, like my steaks and my red meat, yeah.
But, I have so much advice, but you're a pretty damn good cook yourself, so.
What can I
One thing
say?
for sure, I won a contest with my chili, my chocolate chili, and I won a contest with my homemade biscuits.
You know
So,
where I think where I learned to cook
competed
the
against
most
a
though,
lot of
Mom,
chefs.
is those T-bone steaks I made after I got out of school.
Mm-hmm. You remember me bringing you that T-bone steak?
No, but I remember you yelling at me for eating all the T-bone steak. I just want to let everybody know, let me put this in perspective. I was 11 years old, 10 and 11 years old. I would come home from school, and I'd get into the freezer and thaw out a T-bone steak. Okay, I want to put this in perspective. And I'd stick it in the oven and cook it and eat a T-bone steak before my mom and dad came home from work. I did this almost every single day. My mom went in there to get steak, and she's like, "Where the hell is the steak?"
Yeah. No, when you were dying in the hospital from that spider bite, they told me you had not eaten since you went in the hospital. So I went and bought a T-bone steak and cooked it and brought it. I went over to Fred's Market and got you a blueberry Arizona tea, because I knew you loved blueberry. And you took like 2 bites of the steak.
Yeah, I don't think I was in the mood of eating.
You couldn't. You didn't know Adam's house cat. You were so. But I remember that they told me she was eating. She's not eating. She, blah 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 blah.
Yeah,
blah.
but when I got my appetite back, they couldn't. They were running food up to me like freaking left and right. I had freaking 24-hour room service. Are you kidding me? I ate so much freaking cheese danishes.
Oh, and I brought you some cupcake. No, donuts. I remember the donut. But, oh, baby. It was not good. It missed. But, anyways, I am so proud of you. And, 28 days. And Mama came every day as soon as I got out of work. Every single day.
You know what, though? I didn't know what a pick line is, but I'm telling you, if I ever have to freaking bang vancomycin again, put that pick line. I don't even want it. Don't even touch my veins. Get that pick line in.
Baby, it was necessary to keep you alive.
I know, but like I said, but they were playing around with my veins.
Right to your heart.
They were playing around with my veins. My veins kept collapsing because that vancomycin. It does not. They had to put that pick. Next time they just need to put the pick line in. Quit screwing with the veins. That was painful.
Yeah, well, it was the venom. The venom had your veins collapsing. The toxin. It wasn't the antibiotic per se.
I'm just saying they should have had that pick line in days before they did. That was when I'm pricked up from feet to head because they can't find a vein. It's like it took them 2 days to figure out, hey, let's just put a pick line in.
Yeah, but baby,
anyways, I don't want to talk
2
about
hours
it. Yeah.
from death.
Okay.
You got there.
All right. Anyways, let me run. I'm gonna power the live down. I love you too, Ma.
Baby.
All right.
Happy Saturday. I love everyone.
All right. Have a good night, Ma.
Bye-bye.
Bye. There we go. All right. Yeah, that freaking sucked. That sucked. That sucked. That was 28 days. Actually, you know what I thought? I thought it was going to be more expensive than it was. My total bill for the 28 days, I think it was under $90,000. I thought it was going to be over 250, honestly. I really did. But it was under 90 grand. But that was 28 days in a freaking hospital, and I had a private room too. And I was booted up with freaking vancomycin. If you don't know what that is, it's a very, very powerful antibiotic. And it's not good for the veins, so they kept changing my veins and with needles. It was very painful, and they had to put a PICC line in. A PICC line, they numb you up and they put it right into your artery, and that's what they should have done. So they put me through 2 days of pure agony before they put that PICC line in. It's like, man, next time I know. It's like next time I have problems, I hear vancomycin, it's like, you ain't touching me with that garbage, and run the PICC line. Run the PICC line. All right, guys, peace out. Peace out. Have a great night, and I will see you sometime tomorrow. We'll talk about true crime. I know we have gotten away from our true crime outside of Layla, but we will start talking about some updates on some cases. Yay. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care. God bless. Oh, hold on. I'm not ready just quite yet. I got to have the boom, oh, and listen to this. So I'm sitting here on my, my couch potato butt, right? Have you guys watched that? Here Comes the Boom. I haven't watched that in forever. I laughed so hard. You guys need to go watch it. Go watch it. Here Comes the Boom. Here comes the boom, right? All right. Anyways, gotta go.
As you wake up in the morning, you want to find the latest, greatest information about criminal cases and have an intuitive conversation about the suspects associated with these cases. Head over to the Bullhorn Betty channel on YouTube. Get breaking news right here on the Bullhorn Betty channel. Welcome to the Bullhorn Betty Coffee Club. Enjoy your stay and enjoy your day.